This is a tweet that Rick Glazer put up earlier today saying that he is hearing rumours that Terence Crawford could be in negotiations to fight Virgil Ortiz next. He's still chasing that Canelo payday, no surprises there, but the Virgil Ortiz fight is on the table. And I'm going to say this right now, if this fight does happen, Terence Crawford, he has to go up in everybody's eyes in terms of being a legend, because he's already an all-time great, he's already one of the best fighters of this era, but this fight will be next level if it happens. Not because Virgil Ortiz, I think, is going to be the greatest fighter of all time, but given the circumstances, Terence Crawford is 37, he recently looked very human against Israel Madrimov, and Virgil Ortiz isn't even in his prime yet. He's 26, he's more than a decade younger than Crawford. We saw when Vasyl Lomachenko took on guys who were more than a decade younger than him, and Devin Haney, Jermaine Ortiz also, and Teofimo Lopez, he started looking very vulnerable. So the same risk is there for Terence Crawford. And Virgil Ortiz is not only super hyped up, he's not only one of the most anticipated fighters in this era, but he's also one of the best contenders in one of the deepest divisions in boxing. I mean, light middleweight is one of my favorite divisions, maybe my most favorite division in boxing at the moment. Because if you look at the rankings, you've got Crawford here number 1, Madrimov, who again pushed Crawford to the brink, Murtazaliev, who just had that huge victory over Tim Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora is there, he came back nicely after losing to Brian Mendoza, Ortiz is number 5, Bohachuk just had a real close fight in a war with Virgil Ortiz. Before that, he dominated Brian Mendoza. Tim Tszyu, well, we hope he's going to come back. I'm surprised by what has happened to him. But you've also got Jesus Ramos, another young guy. I mean, this division is super stacked. And Ortiz, again, many people expect to be a future champion in this division and be one of the big names. So if Crawford is going to fight him, fantastic. Cannot say enough good things about him. Like I said, he is not only going to be giving us boxing fans what we want, but he's going to be defying the typical rules of boxing, because typically great fighters, again, as great as they are, they choose to fight guys who are not so much on the rise and not really peaking as much as guys like Virgil Ortiz are once they get into their later years, because they're close to retiring. So it's only natural for them to pick fighters who are a bit more suited for them at that point in their careers. If Crawford's going to fight Virgil Ortiz again, it's like Lomachenko fighting Devin Haney, and Ortiz towards the end of his career, it's like Lennox Lewis taking on Vitaly Klitschko on short notice. It's just one of those situations where Crawford is really going to put into everybody's minds that he is the best fighter of this era. Because right now, I have to say, I still think Alexander Usyk, and I've been saying this all year, is pound for pound number 1, and he has the best resume since the Mayweathers and the Cottos and the Pacquiaos and the Hopkinses retired. But if Crawford is able to beat Virgil Ortiz, you could make a case he is number 1. That's if, of course, Usyk defeats Fury again. And you know, Crawford, I've had him very close with Naoya Inoue in the last year or so. But again, if he wins this fight, levels, man. And lastly, this will piss off Eddie Hearn and Jerome Boots Ennis a lot, because they have been calling for this fight a lot, Boots Ennis and his father. And Crawford has continually said, well, they don't do anything for me, etc., etc. And for him to turn around and fight Ortiz Jr., who, aside from already having moved to the light middleweight division, is pretty much in a similar position to Jerome Ennis, that will, again, piss them off, and Eddie Hearn losing a chance to get back at Crawford, and instead it going to Oscar De La Hoya, who is going to be popping champagnes to this news if it happens. That is, again, just going to piss off old Edward. So let me know your thoughts down below. Who would you be picking? And again, how much of a legend is Terence Crawford if he does take this fight? Like the video and subscribe to the channel for more, guys. Catch you later.